Hey guys, how are you? I'm Danielle of Danielle's Pampered Kitchen, and I love stoneware, and I want to share stoneware with you. And that's what I'm going to do today. Those of you that have purchased stoneware, you're off to the races. I'm going to show you how and why it's awesome, and how to care for it, and how to keep it, and how to turn it into this. Go from this brand new stone to this ugly looking stone but well seasoned stone, and completely non-stick. Okay, so I've got some facts, some features, some awesome little tidbits that will help you get your stoneware working for you in your kitchen. It's a bit of a habit change. You need to get used to using your stone as opposed to using your metal bakeware. But once you get going, you'll never turn back. Honest to God, I have stoneware that's 13 years old, and I haven't bought a cookie sheet in forever. Forever. Okay, so let's get started. First things first, you'll see we have, and this is only a small representation of the stoneware we have. We have stones in every shape, every size, for every use, for everything you could possibly imagine. Why do we need it in so many shapes and sizes and uses? Because you want to match your stoneware to what you're cooking. If you're cooking a roast and you're going to fill up a large piece of stoneware, you want to use this. If you're cooking one chicken breast, you don't want to use this. You want to use something a little bit more like this, okay? You want your stoneware to be filled about 2/3 with the food you're cooking. Why? Well, thermal shock can happen. Stoneware is clay. Clay is susceptible when temperature changes drastically. So if you take a hot stone and put it on a cold surface, thermal shock can happen and it can crack, okay? If you have one piece of chicken in a small corner of your stone, a very large stone, thermal shock can also hit that stone. What you don't want is to get your stone nice and seasoned like this and have it crack just like this. It was pretty sad. Now, how did this one crack? It was pretty incidental. It was sitting in the sink drying after being washed, and one of our children dropped something on it and it cracked. So this is just to show that your stoneware is not indestructible. It does happen. You do need to care for it. If it drops, if it hits anything hard, it will crack, it will break, and this happens. Look at this coloring on this stone, okay? So now we have to start from brand new. How do we get to this color? This is the color you want on your stoneware. This is the reason that everybody loves stoneware. I didn't have to put any olive oil or any oils onto my stone when I cooked on this piece. It's completely non-stick now because it's seasoned. How do you get seasoned? You just keep using it. It all came, the stoneware starts out all the same color. This is my newest stone. This is the color that it'll come to you in your house when you first get it, okay? All of your stoneware will. This one is still in that color. Sorry, it's a little wet. I just used it. All of these stoneware. This one's starting to turn. The more you use them, the darker they look. The more you get seasoned, the better they cook, okay? So you'll see the seasoning, some of it, actually some of my seasoning is flaking off on this one. And some of you who have had stones for a very long time will also wonder why all of a sudden your seasoning is flaking off. Well, it's so seasoned that it's starting to flake off. So you have a really good piece. Just keep cooking on it. It will continue to season. It will re-season. If you have super large flakes coming off quite a bit, there is a way to deal with that. You're going to take half a cup of baking soda and about 3 tablespoons of water, and you're going to make like a paste. And then you're going to put that on there and let it sit for a few minutes, and then you're going to use your pan scraper, which we're going to get to, and you're going to scrape it off. Some of the seasoning's all going to come off, but all you're going to do is you're going to re-season your stone. You're just going to continue. It's like that cycle of life for a stoneware. It's fantastic, easy. This is what you want. The uglier it looks, the better it cooks. That's where you want to go. That's what you want to do. You want to avoid sudden temperature changes, like we said with the thermal shock. You don't want to pull it out of your oven and put it on a cold surface. You want to put it onto a grate or a like a hot pad, something along those lines, until it starts to cool off. It's fantastic. When you're putting this in your oven, avoid thermal shock also. Don't put it up near the top. There's no broiling with stoneware. No broiling, no grilling, no stovetop. Okay? There is stoneware specific to that, and that's the stoneware with that black glaze called our rock crock stoneware. This stoneware does not have that. It cannot take direct heat. So no broil, no grill, and no stovetop. So when you put this in your oven, you want it in the lower 2/3 of your oven. Doesn't mean it's got to be at the bottom, but it just can't be right up at the top. You don't want it to crack in your oven, especially when you've got some food on it and it makes a big mess. So you've got to keep it in the lower half. That works perfectly. That'll avoid all of your thing. What can you do with your stoneware? Can I put it in the microwave? Absolutely. If you have a microwave big enough for a bar pan, off to the races. Most of us don't have a microwave big enough for our bar pan, but this can go in the microwave. This can go in the microwave. This is made for the microwave. This is our egg cooker. It's fantastic. Perfect for the microwave. Anything can go in the microwave. Microwave or oven are your best bets for your stoneware. They will cook evenly. They brown to perfection. It's the best tool to cook anything on. Honest to God, once you start cooking on stoneware, you're never going to turn back. Another question people often ask is, how do I clean my stoneware? Can I use soap? No soap. No soap. That's the one thing you need to remember is no soap. Why? Well, your stoneware is non-porous, so the soap is going to stick to the stoneware. And then the next thing you put on it may taste like soap. If you put soap on it, is it the end of the world? Absolutely not. If by some reason you have a father-in-law like mine who has trouble with the fact that we're not putting soap on a stoneware to clean it, he still cleans it with soap all the time. It drives me crazy. But all I do after that is I go back with some hot water, I rinse it, I rewash it to get the soap off. You don't want to taste the soap, so you don't want to use soap on it. It cleans perfectly in hot water. If you've got something dried onto here, you've cooked a roast and the juice dried right to the stone, and the first rub it feels like it's going to be really stubborn, soak your stone in hot water in one side of your sink for 5 minutes. Then you take your awesome pan scraper, right here, it comes with every piece of stoneware we have, and you just scrape it. You will be amazed at how easy things come off of your stone, that you will never want to spend 45 minutes scrubbing a piece of metal cookware again. You've burnt things to metal, it's gone rusty, it's gone whatever. This is your salvation, this is your answer right here. Things clean, things cook, there's no better answer than your stoneware. It's fantastic. Okay, what else have we got? It cooks evenly. The deep cleaning we've done with the baking soda and water paste. You've got your pan scrapers, no broiling, no soap. You want to cover your pan 2/3 when you're cooking. We've got flaking resolutions, soap flavoring. I think we've hit everything with our stone. So the best thing when you're purchasing a stone is trying to figure out what size to start with, okay? If you're cooking for a family, I always recommend starting with this guy, or anything that's large enough with an edge. You can still do pizza on here. People talk about the stone is what pizza made the stone popular because everybody heard the term pizza stone, right? But what happens is you're not limited completely, but you're limited a little bit when you want to experiment with other things that have juices or that may leak a little bit. You want to use one with edges. You want to get used to using one with edges because it can cook absolutely everything. You can totally put a pizza on this. I do it all the time, all the time. The crust comes out nice and brown, everything works perfectly, but then I can also put a roast on here. I can also put bacon on here, bacon on a stone in the oven. You want to talk about an easy cleanup, holy cow. You don't have to worry about wiping down your entire stovetop. It's fantastic. It's all done right there in one spot. Stones without edges are great for cookies, pies, pizzas, all the other things. That's fantastic. Once you've gotten the hang of your stone and you know what you want to use it for, then you can start expanding in your stoneware. These stoneware, they have a glaze on the outside. These ones were designed to go from your oven or your microwave straight to your table. So you don't have to transfer from one dish to the other. People started to not like the fact that they'd pull this out of their oven and it was black looking and then take it to a table when you've got people over and you're entertaining. So now you can do that. We've got stones with glaze. Can you put soap on the glazed parts? Absolutely. Yes, you can put soap on these parts. You don't want to put soap on the inside. What can you do with this? You can put this in your microwave and you can put this in your oven. It's just the same rules apply to both sets of stoneware. This has got a little bit of a nicer looking edge to it when you're going to go present it to a tabletop. So that's your Stoneware 101. If you have any questions or concerns, please comment below or contact me, right? Danielle Reed here with Danielle's Pampered Kitchen. I'd be happy to help you get stoneware into your kitchen. It is truly my favorite product that we sell, and I do believe that it is something that every kitchen can benefit from. It's quick, it's simple, it's easy, it tastes fantastic, it has so many options. You need this in your kitchen, especially if you're busy and you're running around and you want easy peasy answers to your dinners. Okay, please contact me, Danielle Reed, Danielle's Pampered Kitchen. Have a great day. Thanks.